The top 7 most amazing and strangest drones out there. At number 7, the ultimate flamethrower drone. This handy flying flamethrower is the perfect tool for the next zombie invasion, but in reality one company makes use of it to clear debris off power lines. Power maintenance can be tedious and dangerous, so I'm not too surprised by this new type of drone use. But in any case, I'm going to keep my distance if I ever see one of these. And let's just hope that the failsafe actually works, so that nobody gets turned into a human barbecue. At number 6, the ultimate Droria. So forget about that tinfoil hat and the alien abduction scenario. There's a new type of drone which will abduct you and take you away with 2 ominous arms. On a serious note, this is a pretty good idea for drones, whether it's picking up hazardous material or just moving rescue equipment to a remote location. It can pick up roughly 22 pounds, which is not too bad for a hexacopter, but it would be nice to see more and bigger multicopter variants. Its flight duration is around the average 20 minutes, with a 37 mph maximum speed. At number 5, the Cleo Drone. The flying-shaped donut is a prototype which is about the size of your hand. It's basically a ducted fan with 2 rotating propellers inside the shell. There have been bigger drones which kinda use this idea, but nothing really looks like the Cleo drone, and obviously this one is the smallest of its kind. Most of these drones have multiple steering vanes in order to deflect airflow and actually maneuver, so the Cleo would probably have a similar design. The Cleo will also have a built-in camera with no gyroscope, so I'm assuming that it would be on the lower end side, and we'll just have to wait and see if this drone is actually worth buying. At number 4, the futuristic Voliro. Yet another student project revealed a unique hexacopter with tiltable propellers. Yes, and this one's a little bit older, but it's still really cool. There's a little bit more degree of freedom, and it can do maneuvers such as pinning on walls and moving very large objects. It also has the capability of taking off and landing on 3 motors. There are a couple ways to overcome motor failures, including flight controller stability, which I kind of pointed out in other drones in my previous videos, so whether it's good or not to have tiltable motors just for a little bit of added maneuverability is arguable, but regardless, it's still a great idea which thinks outside the box. At number 3, the Hybrix 2.0. A few alternative power-consuming drones exist out there. The Hybrix is yet another one of these drones which adds fuel and battery technology in order to achieve over 4 hours of flight time. Yes, I said 4 hours, which is really crazy. It primarily relies on its 2-stroke engine, and its LiPo batteries are mainly for reserve power. Ultimately, the Hybrix is a little bit louder than your typical drone, but it can travel over 60 miles, and that's really insane. Now, I do wonder if the FPV station can actually keep up to 60 miles, but it does typically fly on an automatic trajectory, with the open-sourced AUDRU pilot flight controller. Number 2, the Hydrus. Okay, now let's get into the cutting-edge stuff, which is morphable drones. Now, the first one is the Hydrus, and it's a snake-like multicopter capable of carrying very large objects weighing several pounds. The quad rotor contains 2-dimensional multi-links, allowing it to maneuver and actually change shape. Its flight controller is also optimized for transforming and maintaining stability, which is indeed very impressive for something that is reminiscent of a flying snake. The drone can actually use this ability to transform and fly through tight areas, making it to be one of the most agile drones of its size. Before we get to number 1, let's look at one of the most important developments in drone technology, and that is autonomy. Many drones can fly around predetermined flight paths, but real-time environment adaptation is being developed right now at a very rapid pace. So similar to the autonomous car, drones as the Skydio and the MIT Sail can track and avoid obstacles without any user input. And some of these drones can actually fly without any GPS or maps, and instead they rely on pure visual perception and path finding. Many people consider these to be real drones, and obviously that title has a lot of different definitions. But just keep in mind that they can navigate better than any human, and let's just hope they're not outfitted with any weapons. We have now reached number 1, and it's probably one of the most impressive things I have ever seen flying. Technically, it stands for Dual Rotor Embedded Multi-Link Rotors of Multi-Degree Freedom Aerial Transformation. I'm just gonna call it Dragon. The Dragon's thrusters can roll and pitch so the robot can roll in any direction. It is also made out of 4 linked modules so that it can turn into a box, and L, a zigzag or a spiral form. The only drawback is that it can only fly for about 3 minutes. So it's going to definitely need an alternative power upgrade. Ultimately, I think that transformable modular drones are incredible and perhaps even the future of drone technology. So once again, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you found it enjoyable or even useful, and make sure to subscribe to my channel.